All right. About to get this show on the road. It's been a long time since I've done a live stream or anything like that. So hopefully it'll go pretty good. Making sure everything's good as far as going live. Let's hope so. Go on the road. It's been a long time since I've it'll good. Okay, it seems like we're doing pretty good. So we're playing Greedfall today. This just came out today. It's the newest game from Spiders and Focus Home Interactive, which both companies aren't really known for making great games, but this is one that I've been really looking forward to. It's really cool. Kind of Dragon Age esque or Witcher esque. Nothing wrong with that. That's definitely a good time. So we're gonna check it out. I played a couple of games from these guys before. The last one I played was Bound by Flame, which was an early current gen RPG that had really good combat, but everything else was kind of lacking. Especially the voice acting, that was terrible. But from what I've seen in this game's a lot better as far as that stuff. So I decided to take a chance on it. I picked it up from Walmart, of course. Walmart, if in case you didn't know, sells a lot of games at a discount compared to other places. This is normally a $49.99 game. They were selling it for $41.88. So if this game looks interesting to you, save yourself the extra $8 and pick it up from there. Along with, well, everything besides your ammunition, since they decided to stop selling certain types of ammunition, and a lot of people are upset about that. But I digress. I'm not upset about it, because, I mean, I don't buy ammunition anyways, so. But I digress.
Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes, yes.
Straight to the character creator.
The chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There, now, hold the pose.
The default look looks kind of like Edward from Twilight. Interestingly enough. You can play man or woman. This game's putting the foot down when it comes to gender politics. But seriously. I'm sure you can kind of create it however you want. Within reason, of course. Let's see what kind of character classics we got here. Funny enough, those two look similar to people I know in real life. I don't know if I'm gonna play someone that closely resembles me. I kind of like this archetype the most out of the basic ones, but let's check out the different options here. So it's not a super deep character creator, as you can see here, but it does have some options. That's not bad, I like that. Facial hair, gotta have that. I wonder if with the tattoo looking thing I've got on my face here. I wonder if you can change that at all. I can cover it up with the beard. That's probably more like the kind I've got going on right now. Eyebrows. Yeah, that'll work. Different skin tones. So not a ton of options, but you do get some customization. That's good. You know, you're not going to be spending all day on a character creator like you will with Cyberpunk 2077, apparently. Let's see what we got here. What kind of character do I want to play as? I want to do magic. Definitely. I recommend science, intuition, mental power, or willpower. Okay. Well, I wonder what kind of magic I have at the start here. Like, what kind of, I don't know if that's... Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's most logical to start with more MP as opposed to more magic power, I would think. Talents. Okay. Science and intuition is what it recommended. Let's go with science. Oops. All right. Yeah, this works.
Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lord, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We've nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry, I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of Telemi and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name. I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lord. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir. Truly, I must be going.
My lord, please, I beg you. Her Highness has personally requested I finish it.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
Ha! That's great. Oh. That camera motion is a little too much. I need to see if I can adjust that down just a little bit. Like, it's weird. Like, it just felt a little too sensitive. This seems a bit better, I think. I don't know, still a little much. That's weird. Usually games don't have that issue for me, but okay, that's much better. I think that works out pretty good.
Sire, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
Very sensitive right out of the gate, though. I don't know, if you like sensitivity, then you won't have to adjust it, probably, but I had to.
I wish you were good.
I don't like it that sensitive. That's kind of weird.
Greetings, Your Excellency. The smoke from the bonfires renders the air unbreathable. I so wish I could leave the city.
You can hold A to run, I think. Seems like I can. Yep.
Hey! Green blood!
Cut.
And so the day has finally come. my royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as your goal.
Oh, enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Kurt, I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor!
Okay, guess a little combat tutorial. Main attack, secondary attack. Nice. Oh, okay, whoops. You lost health, okay. Cool, they have a tactical pause. More RPG games that are action-based should have this, definitely. There we go. Okay, heal yourself. Okay, just want me to do that. There we go. Ah, dang it. Okay. Whoa! Dang, kick my butt.
Greenblood. Me who thought myself a competent weapons master.
It's becoming a little hard to believe.
Don't add insult to injury. This is humiliating enough. We'll need to get you through the basics, or you risk getting your feathers plucked at the first sign of trouble.
That could definitely come in handy.
In that case, Otto here is going to be your training partner. Go! Fight with honor!
Alright. So I got my butt kicked. Try it again. Tactical pause. Stasis. Oh, magic attack ignores armor. That's good. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Check that out. Not enough what? Adrenaline? Oh, okay, so I gotta get some regular attacks in first.
It appears we've brushed up on the basics.
It does, and I'd like to be on my way. I've quite the list of things to do before we depart.
Indeed. Remember that you can always train in our barracks on the island if you're feeling rusty.
Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
On the contrary, I'm thrilled that both you and Sir de Corsilian are joining our party. A few friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
Ah, so the old goat is coming too. And there I was thinking I would die of boredom on the trip. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I have no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now. She must be waiting for you. I'll meet you in front of the palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
Okay. See what we got here. A couple potions. What I wanted to do. Let's try that again. Bag. Oh, left trigger, right trigger to switch the... Okay. Pretty good menu navigation system. Definitely what you'd expect from a good RPG. But the map system, I'm not really sure about. Doesn't look like there is a localized map. Oh, there is. Okay, actually. Good. Talk to this apothecary here. No? Not.
I've put this off for as long as I can. I need to make my farewells to my mother. I'll go and meet up with Curtis.
What is this? Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child.
Mother, I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill...
Dying, my child. Alas,
Yep.
there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort to know my son has left on a mission to heal his people. Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here, take this with you.
What is...
A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. All my blessings go with you, my child. Now, be off.
Okay. And the quest goes on. Now I decided to start wearing a hat. Appropriately. Okay. That's probably who I talk to progress things. Okay, I am noticing a little bit of input lag. Hopefully it's not going to hinder the gameplay too much, but there is definitely some. I'd say about maybe 100 or so milliseconds. Which isn't like a crazy amount, but it is noticeable. So hopefully it won't be a problem. I mean, it's not like a high action game, so I don't think it's going to be a huge problem, but
Green blood.
let's see.
Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island...
That guy looks perpetually pissed off.
To know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
Maybe he has Bell's palsy like I do.
Maybe he's already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Right then. We'll put it on our list of visits.
Okay. Alright, Kurt.
Where would you like to begin?
I've been asked to pay visits to the ambassadors of Thélème and the Bridge Alliance before our departure. Their dwellings are not far from here. We could go there first.
Very well. Do you think Constantine will be waiting for us next to the ship?
I don't know, but it's certainly worthy of inspection.
Yeah. I like the environment here. This is pretty neat. Not a lot of RPGs take place in this era. Like, obviously this is more of a fantasy type game because there is magic and monsters and stuff, but just this whole era, like the 1600s, 1700s era, is definitely very poorly utilized in RPGs. So it's cool to see this kind of setting. Oh, okay, I thought he was my teammate. There we go. Loot. Gold coins. Kurt took one out on his own. Alright. Thieves, thick blacksmith gloves. Okay. Take everything. That's good, that's an option. Games that have loot should always have that as an option. That should not be optional, even. Okay. Let's look and see what we got here. Now, one thing that's supposed to be really good about the equipment system is everything... Well, you can see it on your character, obviously, but also... Okay, so how do I just switch over there? To my, It keeps switching over to him. And I want to look at my guy's stuff. I can't seem to switch to change that equipment out for some reason. I'm not sure why. Am I doing something wrong here? Or do I maybe just don't have the option to yet, and that's why it keeps switching over like that? Not sure what's up with that. We'll address that later, I guess, if it becomes a problem. Barrels. That guy looked like he was sick or something. Wait, can I talk to this guy?
Hello, sir.
I can, but he doesn't have much to say. There's a lot of people you can't really talk to. ACGs made it sound like there was only a few people around. At least in this town, that's definitely not the case. I mean, it's not like a huge amount of people. I'd expect more people around, but it looks like it's pretty war-ravaged, so I guess the number of people seem right. I mean, if it's a bad time, I don't think people will be wandering around the whole time. But it's definitely not as densely populated as a lot of RPGs of this era. Or of this generation, rather. Not a huge deal. Especially since it kind of makes sense given the environment that we're in. And talk to the apothecary here? No? Okay. Not. Alright, let's look at the map here again. Okay. See, the map system goes for kind of like a realism type look. I kind of prefer the aesthetics of like when they actually look like maps, like they would be from that era, but I can understand why they go with this.
Your Excellency.
Okay. We're just playing on normal difficulty, by the way, so if you're curious about the difficulty setting. Oh, another enemy! Gotta wait for a magic to replenish, I guess. That's something I didn't really consider being a magic user. Is magic. I need to get a gun or something alternative. Dang, it's not taking long to level up though.
Do you need something?
Only 2 battles.
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why? Do you want to rectify this?
I hope to have kept you good company for all these years. After all, we were always together.
And I valued your friendship. But I thought you were referring to another kind of company. And to be honest, you and Constantine aren't exactly my type. Anything else?
I must leave you.
I don't know if he's being sarcastic or if he's gay. I guess either would be acceptable for that line of questioning. Okay. I got a rifle. Okay, check that out then. Let's see. I do have a melee weapon. Why haven't I not used it? Skill required. Okay, so I have to have rifle skill. My guy's definitely not been using a hammer. I'll tell you that. And flinging that magic left and right. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm still not used to the camera movement of this game. It's just not as smooth as I would like. And it's kind of a dumb complaint, I suppose, but it still is valid, I'd say, at the same time. Maybe after playing it for a few hours, I'll be used to it. But it doesn't feel like most games in that regard. Okay. Go inside that building. Talk to this guy, get a quest, I suppose.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do. Could you tell me anything about Thélème?
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our glorious nation is guided by our faith. We follow the teachings of Matthias, our founder and greatest prophet, and give thanks each day to the Luminous for having gifted us magic. The high dignitaries of Thélème are at the same time our spiritual guides, advocates, and grand mages.
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared recently in your nation.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided the Ordo Luminous and the more political orders. The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure vision of our faith, and applies the words of our saint very strictly. But other, more open-minded factions exist within our nation. They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily to our faith. But their differences are purely theoretical, and do not threaten the cohesion of our nation, I assure you.
What's your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador of Thélème, I can only rejoice at the mention of our commercial treaties. We appreciate as well the welcome that your uncle gave to our missionaries. Thanks to your support, more and more believers wander your lands. The congregation is our most precious ally. To be perfectly honest, we have only two complaints. That heresy is tolerated, and that your treaties with the Bridge Alliance are maintained.
How is Thélème faring on Tirfredi?
We built a marvelous city, San Matthias, on the western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet? Our missionaries there are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith. Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult. Disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end to these horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the entire native population will join our ranks.
How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
Okay.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sardet.
Learn what we can there. I've heard that the quest design in this game is really good. I'm definitely interested in exploring that. Okay.
The merchant is there.
Good day, good sir. How might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refuse to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendants seemed to be hiding something.
It's like Michael Scott in The Office.
And he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain. It's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lord de Sardet, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the Congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
As you request, my lord. I shall go immediately and ask that these crates be delivered to the attendant.
I got lucky there.
Wise decision.
Thank you. I was beginning to think this would never end. You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Teofredi? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life.
Ha! Owned.
There are some children we'd been best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sardet, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat. Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Norts, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavia and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking? Maybe clandestine passengers?
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. Might I ask you, Why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the trail of a couple of heretics, Your Excellency. The same a couple of the ambassadors of Ptolemy's men have been looking for nigh on 2 days.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to miss, even in a crowd. And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help them in their hunt. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the same answers. The port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Norns. No one else may enter.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. He is a Nord from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Tirfredi?
It is a magnificent place. Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines, for now. The natives have a relationship with their land, and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous. But I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never strayed far from the ports.
What do you think of our port?
Are you referring to this one? It is the biggest high seas port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though it remains part of your city, it holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malachor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
Yeah, sorry. Haven't talked much. Trying to absorb the atmosphere of the game and everything. It's not the best looking game or anything like that, but it is a very interesting environment. Let's try going inside that building, why not? Actually, how's the save system? Game, okay. Looks like you can save anywhere. That's good to know. Stealth with left click. I think my character has any particular stealth skill. We self attack him. Yes, we can. Owned. Oh shit.
To my help, and death to the others! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! You're running out of energy!
Take it all. The lock picking, okay. That's a bummer. Okay, well I've got the gear now. I wonder if I can... Still don't understand. Why can't I equip armor? Let me look this up here. Just a phone call. Oh shoot. 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. Let me create a little text thing real quick. I want it up here. Okay. Why do you do this, Streamlab? You're a piece of crap. It won't show at all. Alright, let's just do that one. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, we are back. I actually had to use the bathroom too, but I still haven't looked up the Greedfall thing. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. I had to be missing something, I think, but let's see, help. Oops. Bag. Oh, the left stick. Duh. Well, what's dumb about that is you can manipulate up and down with the D-pad here, but you have to use the left stick. Of course. That makes a lot of sense now. Alright. Good. And finally equip some shit, man. I was wondering about this. Guess it's already equipped. The hat. It increased my crafts and shit. That seems pretty useful. I think I'll do that. I wonder if it's got, freaking... sailor's boots. So, you get, like, obviously stats, but also there is the, appearance of things, too. And you can actually equip things that further adjust that. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to figure out which boots I like best. It's either than the boots I got now. Kind of like these. For the same stats. Okay. So, I feel like a total idiot now. So, oops, I better switch back to the thing there. So, yeah, you have to use the left stick here, which is not what I was expecting. I was just thinking I would use the D-pad, but no, the D-pad switches the character up entirely. Guy has a little better armor than I do, so we'll have him stay as is. Okay. Lockpicking not high enough, okay. Yeah, i.e. I don't have any lockpicking skill at all. Yeah, I don't know why we're even sneaking. There's nobody here. Key to the jails. Okay, we got that covered. Yeah, it's another chest to lockpick. I guess I should have considered lockpicking, but I don't know. I want to play this character the way they recommend. Alright, let's just check out the lockpicking system. See if we can snake our way in here. No visible targets. Climb. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see if Kirk can get his way over too. Probably not though. Stealth attack here. Or not. That's not stealth attack at all. Let's just leave them be.
I've seen a few.
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question. If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no Nord. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right?
Maybe. Haven't contemplated that yet. But you know what? See if we can make ourselves look more sailor-ish. Sailor's coat. Okay, that's good. Sailor boots. There's a sailor's hat. Oh, I think it's good enough, huh? Let's talk to Kurt and see what he thinks.
Greenblood, do you need something?
No, okay, he doesn't care.
I must leave you.
Seemingly care, anyways. He'll probably speak his opinion afterwards.
Come on now. Let me out. You promised. Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being...
Alrighty. I can't... Wait. Do I have to worry about this dude? It's not giving me an option to stealth attack him, so I don't know if... No, I guess he doesn't care. Okay. So I guess that means I am blended in, currently. Lockpicking seems like it would have been a useful thing to take at the beginning. I've already encountered 3 locked chests that probably would have been useful to open. 4 now. Does seem a little foggy in here. That's kind of weird. It's a really weird haze in this room. Not sure. I don't know. Maybe it could just be dust, but it's definitely overbearing. That is so dusty. Yeah, I guess I'm blended in.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're the relay. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties.
That worked out pretty easy. Yeah. Guess I could have snuck around too, huh? Might as well. Here's the guys. Alright, let's talk to our guys here.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Teleme so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerns the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Mateus. The one who returned to Teleme after traveling with his master.
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Mateus.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Mateus and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, Saint Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the Illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced Saint Mateus to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the Illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
Interesting little twist. And another lockpick, of course. Of course. I think I already been here. They repopulated the spot already. That's interesting. Excuse me, Kurt. Get out of the way. You need a system like in Assassin's Creed where you can just push them out of the way.
I believe I've seen you at the palace. Are you one of the prince's relatives?
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade, I have been told that you were named Legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that, I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tirfredin. My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations and sincere wishes for success.
Okay, Jafar.
Slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Sad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors. But our ancestors quickly realized that the union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the congregation and the Bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
The Bridge Alliance has been on Tirfredi for much longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city, around 15 years ago now. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what others have reported to me. It is a luxurious island. An enormous dead volcano thrones in its center. The vegetation is extremely varied, and the fauna wondrous. We discovered animals that we had never ever seen before. Some are bigger than houses. But they're not the only occupants of the island. A savage and crude people also live there, who speak an incomprehensible language. But you shall discover all of this for yourself soon enough.
And what of your war with Ptolemy?
It has been dragging on. In fact, it has been dragging on for years. It is madness. If those bigots hadn't gotten it in their heads to convert the entire continent, we wouldn't be in this situation. But that's the way of the world. We shall not waver, whether here or on Tirfredi.
Have you been fighting battles there as well?
From what I've been told, Ptolemy has wisely and tastefully built their colony far from our city. Direct conflicts are in fact quite rare. But one day they will inevitably take place.
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Mateus. Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
I would volunteer and consent to take them under my protection. But one good deed deserves another.
You would like me to first take care of your charlatan?
You will certainly prove to be an excellent legate.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Ah, so this quest has another twist. So I guess if we want to complete one quest, we'll have to complete the other. Well, let's take a look at our quest log here. Codex? Guess it is. No? Journal.
Welcome! It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
Nice, a huge ass axe. That's what I'm talking about, bitch. Okay.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
We doing the magic thing though. We're good.
Good people, don't be afraid. Come, celebrate the miracle. Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still. This little phial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him, I wonder if he'll serve us the same routine.
Two people dead here. That's a good sign.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment.
Oh!
There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
To my health, and death to the others! Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
That settles that. His henchman Trying to kill me. Okay, so I got a skill point I can spend now. That's good. Let's see here.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right.
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
People just leaving gold coins around, why not?
Good day, Madam Keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
That's not a small sum. I need to think about my options.
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his son his allowance, it would seem.
How is business going these days?
It's picking up. We've not seen many new customers, but of late things are looking better. The Malicor and the neighbouring wars have dampened commerce. The epidemic still rages, but the possibility of finding a cure on that island has given people something to hope for. Now that we have a city there, quite a few seafarers come by to spend their wages.
Has the Malicor really put a damper on your business?
More than a damper. They were soaked. When the sickness began to spread, a wave of panic followed in its wake. People stopped going out of their homes. They were afraid. I was close to closing shop, I tell you. And then, thankfully, the alchemists of the bridge said that you couldn't just catch it like that. People are still distrustful, as is their nature, but they are leaving home again. It's a start. I also lost quite a few regular customers. Dead or too scared to venture back. Oh, but that's nothing new to you. The city would have sunk in the water if not for trade with the new isle.
With all these sailors coming and going, you must have heard some stories about Tirfredi.
Right. Even stories that my heaviest drinkers would have trouble believing. They say that man-trees live there. Dragons and gigantic creatures. Treasure abounds under every rock. And the source of eternal life is hidden somewhere there. Last night, some Nauts even told me they brought back one of those giant beasts into the port. Ah, but you know the kind. If you ask my opinion, the drink was fueling their imaginations.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowel.
Where is he? The up arrow mean like he's above me, probably?
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob that is gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is the one who sent me.
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me, coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Sahin bear you such hatred?
I was unfortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy, to criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sahin's hatred. Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder? That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. I mean, the mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well, then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
The servants, the lock's double bolted.
The key to the tap.
We'll go ahead and fix the table.
And there you have it. You'd never guess they were once broken.
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
Yes, just like new. Or nearly.
That does indeed look like fine work. You know what you're doing.
I would hope. Can you tell me where I can find my cousin now?
Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me.
Hey, what's up, Raymond?
In any case,
Why am I streaming this crap?
your cousin, I would hurry if I were you.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's crap yet, at least.
Thank you for the information.
It looked like an interesting game, so that's why I decided to get it and stream it.
Seemed like a
Hope that answers your question.
who could down his pint. Anything else?
That's right, I talked to him.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
No need to negotiate with the crowd. We already got the keys. So.
Let's go and find the alchemist. We need to get him out of here as fast as we can.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
Yes. I need to get you out of here. I have unlocked the service entrance. You will be able to sneak out of there discreetly.
Without being skinned alive by the mob?
You need to remain prudent. I will escort you to your cart.
I follow you.
Let's sneak out the back.
I hope we don't run into any unhappy patients.
Your channel is really falling apart, losing subs. No, it actually hasn't lost any subs. I don't know why you're saying that. If you're trying to troll, it's failing, so. Guess we'll climb over?
Angry customers. And we have no choice but to go this way?
Eh, stop wussing out. Oh, okay. I see what kind of character you are here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I've actually gained about 10 subscribers in the past month, if you're actually wondering, but I don't think you really are. I think you're just an asshole. So, what can we do about you? There we go. Sorry there, Raymond. Your comments will no longer be viewed by any viewers of this channel. So, you lost the privilege. I guess you can create a sock account and keep on trolling. That's what you want to do. I'll just block that one too. Okay. Ouch! Okay. Well, I was all killed there. Probably should have healed myself. But yeah, Raymond Rodrigo. I guess whenever you decide to... There we go. Decide to create an account, we'll see you then.
To get dicey. You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
scared? Is that it?
No, I just want the loot. Guess we need to go this way.
More angry customers. I should have stayed in the town. I was safe. To my health, and death to the others! You're running out of energy. Drink a potion. Things are about to get dicey. You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
I don't know how to switch to my melee. The magic's good, but oh, okay. Change weapon. Figured it out.
Where are you headed? Don't abandon me. They're going to take...
Just trying to find an alternate path. Shit. What a prick. I guess we'll reload that save.
Angry customers. And we have no choice but to go this way? Death to the others! You're running out of energy. Drink a potion. Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
There we go. Kick their butts now. A poor blind guy.
More angry customers. I should have stayed at the tavern. I was safe. To my health, and death to the others!
There you go. Guess I gotta go this path. I was hoping to do that little sneak around thing I wanted to do, but not wanting me to do that. Check the map out real quick here. Okay, it's just around the corner here. Maybe one more encounter ought to do it for this quest to be completed.
My cart, finally. I owe you my life. How can I ever thank you?
Just do us the favor of never coming back. And stop this deceitful commerce.
Have no worries about that. I'm not going to forget this lesson anytime soon.
Move along now. Get out of here while there's still time.
Would you accept this as a token of my gratitude? Farewell, my lord.
Yeah, I'll take money. Cash is king, after all. That's a nice twist. I can just go back to the quest marker to complete it.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
It's always good to see little niceties like that.
I tracked down your man near the coin guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated. He managed to slip through our fingers.
Once again. That man is part eel.
We followed his trail to the Coin Guard Tavern, but he had already escaped. All the same, you have nothing to fear. He will never step foot in Serene again.
We'll eventually catch up with him and deliver the punishment that his crimes deserve. Governor Burhan will be happy to learn that such an amiable legate will soon cross the shores of Tir Fredi. Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to offer you this modest gift for your voyage.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
Now that your affair is taken care of, are you planning on helping the historians I spoke to you about?
We are willing. Where are they to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene. They were hoping to stow away discreetly on a vessel to Al-Sad.
Very well. I shall send an escort immediately to take them somewhere safe.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
We owe you our lives. We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting to your new country.
If you would allow me, I would like to give you this. It's not much, but it is all that we possess.
Farewell.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
That fire is kind of choppy looking.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
Sir de Sade, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes, we were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier 4D as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise and contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less, illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
I'm sure that not to let me smuggle it on board if I help them with their little thing. I see where this is going. Let's go ahead and resolve that issue.
Any idea who I am? Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
Yeah. Into that.
Someone with deep pockets will show up soon. Or later to liberate Rooster. He's making a great deal of noise. We could knock him out, or gag him. To my help!
So that was kind of weird. He turned the literal second that I pressed the A button. Gotta love how they do that in these games, man. Okay.
To my help! And death to the others! Things are about to get dicey! You're running out of energy. Drink
Yeah, we went after butts. Hit that heavy attack, man. That really kicks her butts. That's to the commander's cell. I want to try to complete the other objective first, because that's kind of like the main quest objective. So it's, I gotta go around.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
What do you think about Captain Vasca?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
I need to be going. Farewell. Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 death winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Did Jonas seem troubled to you, the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story, this.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Okay. On to the next quest marker. Pretty standard stuff, you know, but it's a good introduction to the gameplay, of course.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
I'm looking for a Naut, a young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Well, I don't see him at a table. He's standing up.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell.
I've played with the three of them.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Naughts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some fear... Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
With respect, my lady.
Definitely changes things up a little bit. Thought I saw something in the fountain.
It's blocked.
Get out of the way, Kurt. You're just in the way.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without...
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel...
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten it into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tier 4D. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse, and noted on the manifest, will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurd. At least we tried.
The commander is going to have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to doctor the manifest ourselves. It must be at the
Why would you mention that in front of the dude?
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Interesting.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Tier-4D?
Come now, don't. But I am therefore also obtain your help will be
It's always a privilege. I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there has always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is...
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Ah, there's something on the... I didn't even see that before.
This document mentions another property. A warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished.
If you would be so...
With respect, my lady.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Oh, that was kind of weird. Little air walking.
Sir de Sade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? I looked into the contract that binds you to the Naughts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed it if I had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Naughts. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness will be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in the story, don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You're not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Naughts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Thank you kindly. Best getting the boy now. Wherever he is. Freaking lockpicking skill, I swear, man. I should have... That's a pro tip for anybody that's wanting to start this game. Pick up lockpicking. This game really wants you to start off with that.
Locked.
Who are you?
My name is de Sade. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
Works out. I could have bailed him out too. It's good to see you have little options like that. I'm guessing I would have been by going through this way. Okay, we'll let the captain know, and then we can complete the last quest. And then I guess we probably leave the island after that. Or not the island, but we leave this place to go to the island. That's where we'll wrap up the stream, I think. Good start to the game, though. The game's pretty promising so far. I would say, you know, it's not the most polished game, but it's pretty polished for being a budget title. I only paid $42 for it, so not a full price game. At Walmart, it's like $50 normally, so if you want to stay a little bit, definitely get it there.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin?
PS4 and Xbox, so I'm playing Xbox.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure.
My cabin boy, Jonas.
You do. It's a rather sad affair.
All we can do is plot a course. I do thank you. Your actions bring...
Be back soon, Captain.
Alrighty. So, check out the attributes section. Man, if I get another level up before we leave, I am definitely pumping that shit into fucking lockpicking. Because, damn, man, that shit's been fucking insane. It's good to have multiple options to solve things, but it's definitely heavily favored a lockpicking portion of it so far. Like the charisma, I probably lucked out with that one thing I had to use charisma for. Since it gave me a percentage chance. So it seems like you can at least risk some of those encounters without putting your point in there. Maybe not later on. Like, you probably have to have charisma to complete them at all. Alright, storeroom. Get through here. How do I get over there? Go around, okay. Tamper with the ship, what? Oh, ship's log, okay. Yeah, let's do that quick side quest. How do I get over there, though? Let's save here.
To get in there without being noticed.
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous end.
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
Yeah, I already killed a guy there. Killed a couple guys.
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Greetings. I hope your day will be better than...
To my help! And death to the others! To my help! And death to the others! You're running out of energy. Drink a potion. Move away. Things are about to get dicey. You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
Yeah, Carrick was right about the combat being easier, but maybe it gets harder later. Easier right now, for sure. That's pretty much the exact opposite of what Bound by Flame was. The combat was too difficult in that game. Like, you had to really master shit. I still liked it, though. It was just a little too challenging, in my opinion.
So you're back. Right then. What about our business?
We can guarantee that your merchandise will leave with us.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And bravo, Kurt. The commander will be most pleased.
The cargo shall make the voyage. But who will be at its reception once it's arrived?
That shall be your next mission. Once you've reached New Serene, go and find the quartermaster. He will give you new instructions. Until then, I wish you a safe and pleasant voyage, Your Excellency. Kurt, good luck.
So now I guess we gotta rescue my uncle or brother or whoever it was, cousin. Rescue someone. Oh, shoot. I did not realize I could just do that.
It's blocked.
It's not possible just...
Alchemal preparation. Wonder how I can do that. Let me save. To make sure I understand the methodology here.
It's not possible just now.
Oh, I can't even brew any of this shit. Of course. Alright. It recommended science, and I understand why. Since, I guess you could brew MP potions and stuff, so you can cast more spells, but... Oh. He still had his stuff there, okay. He was upstairs, I do believe. Go about downstairs. I'm not sure what balance does. I'm kind of curious about what that attribute is. I already got one of those. That's where his cell is. Check out the equipment. I've got some new stuff. I'm kind of curious about it. This is good.
Locked.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress! Constantine, it's me! My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires.
I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you. I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure.
Oh, I'm actually wearing his coat. Whoops, I better fix that then.
Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kerr,
Alright.
let's give them their money's worth.
There's no one left to pay, Your Highness. The brave Kerr and your cousin have already settled the books.
Really now? What a shame. I would have loved to have seen that. We've nothing left to do then than to board our ship. An adventure awaits us at the end of the street.
some reason that quest hasn't like completely activated, so I'm gonna see if I can fix that.
So you're back. Right then. What about our business?
We can guarantee that your merchandise will leave with us.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
The cargo shall make the voyage.
That shall be your next. He will give you new. Until then.
Did it activate it? I don't understand.
Sir? Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir Freddy. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon.
Be back soon, Captain.
Sir?
Are you ready?
We should be able to set...
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
Well, I don't think I'll be like good enough experience points. I don't know.
You're quite right. I do have a thing.
Then be quick with it.
Be back soon, Captain.
Let's see if there's anything I haven't done yet. Pretty sure I've been everywhere. Yeah, I guess we need to get the fuck out. Call it a stream.
Are you ready?
We should be able...
Permission to board the ship.
Certainly. If you have any farewell...
No, my house is in order. We are ready to embark.
Perfect. Follow me.
I am so eager to discover Tir Freddy. My isle. My new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures. As big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nords even brought one back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Norts are strange, but they're not idiots.
The beast is awoken!
Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes! We must contain it!
Uh-oh.
Come now, let's lend them a hand.
Boss fight time.
Watch out! Take a step back! Cut! Captain! Keep my cousin safe!
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, better stick with the close. Ah, dang. Shit. Drink up. Drink up!
Greenblood, how do you fare?
Fine, fine. It is dead.
Are you wounded?
I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective.
I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious.
I'm not of the same mind. I had the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic. But, oh, I guess the stream stopped. Okay. Whatever, the sauce, it doesn't matter. Anyways, nobody watched the fucker. Oh wait, it's still going? Okay. Well, it says offline, but anyways, I guess we're done. So far so good. Game seems like a reasonable game to play, so we'll continue. Depending if I'll stream it though. So, that Down Phoenix out.